What's up, y'all? It's V9 Feet Quiz with another video, and today I'm gonna be showing y'all some graphics to put your PC on, so depending on your setup. And y'all seem to really like my sensitivity video and binds video, so I figured this is a good video to do so I can show y'all. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, y'all, these are my settings. So we're gonna start from the top. Window mode, you want to go full screen when you play if you're on PC, because it'll give you more frames. You play on windowed mode, obviously, you know, it's windowed, so the screen will be smaller too, because all your pin bar would be at the bottom and stuff. So I would go full screen. And resolution, it's honestly personal preference, because this is normal, 1920 x 1080. That's like normal, what I'm on right now that y'all see on my screen. And if y'all want to play on stretch res, I don't know if y'all like to play on stretch res, but if y'all want to, it's 1600x or 1600 x 900, or for some people to be 1600x 1000. So it's either going to be either that or 16x 1000. But yeah, that's stretch res if y'all want to play on that. VSync, keep that off. Frame rate, okay, so depending on your setup is how much frames you want to run. So if you have a 75 hertz monitor, then you're gonna want to go to like 120 FPS. So basically whatever, starting at 120 FPS and 75 hertz monitor, whatever hertz monitor you have, you want to go up one. So 75 hertz monitor would be 120, a 120 hertz monitor would be 144, a 144 hertz monitor would be 160, and then 165 would be, you know, 180, and so on. So that's what frames you should run depending on what hertz monitor you have. Rendering mode, okay, so I would go performance mode, because performance mode will get you the most FPS. All right, but if you go DirectX 12, the graphics are a lot better, but you won't run as much frames unless you have, if you have a high-end PC, then you can go DirectX 12 and your frames will be fine and you'll have amazing graphics. But if you have a middle-class PC or anything except for a high-class PC, then I would go performance mode, because that'll get you the most frames. So brightness, personal preference, you know, depending on how sensitive your eyes are, whatever y'all want to do. Colorblind mode, I would say this is the first like season / chapter, or whatever you want to call it, that I would say no colorblind mode, because I don't know, they updated the graphics from the previous chapters and seasons, and yeah, it's fine without colorblind like modes and stuff. But if you want to, you can. It's personal preference, whatever you want to do. I don't keep it on, but y'all can do whatever you want to do. Look through them. 3D resolution doesn't matter. Nanite virtualized geometry, that's for if you have DirectX 12. That'll improve the detail of everything in the game. View distance, so what view distance does, depending on what your graphic settings look like. So if you have it on far, or that like things farther, so the higher up you have it, the farther things will like the graphics will be higher on them. So if you have it on near, things won't be as good as graphic until you get up close. But if you have it on far, then things from all the way far away will look, you know, but it could affect your FPS depending on your PC, so you got to be careful. But I go on far because my PC is pretty good, but depending on your PC, I would go near, medium, or far. And yeah, textures also depends on your PC. So if you want the most frames, this is the thing, if you want the most frames, all this is low if you want the most frames. But if you have a pretty good PC or whatnot, textures, I would go higher, because then you get the frames and the textures, like the load in stuff, how they load in, how good they look and detailed and stuff. But yeah, if you're shooting for more FPS, I would go low. But if you have a middle class PC or a pretty good PC, I would go high or something. depending on your PC. High resolution textures, it's basically the same as this, makes it better, what everything looks like, more detail. I would put it on, or again, I know I've said this a ton of times, but again, if you have a lower PC, I would keep it off because you want the most frames as possible. High resolution texture reminders, you don't need that regardless. High meshes, so meshes also comes into play with bubble builds. So if you want bubble builds, then you want your meshes on high. But if you have a kind of, you know, not as good as a gaming PC, then you want to keep your meshes low. But definitely if you have a pretty good PC, you want to keep it high for sure. And show FPS, you know, that's just when it shows in the top of your screen, whatever you want to do. And let's get to the next part. Let's get into it. Alright, y'all, we are in the game settings now, and yeah, let's get into it. So matchmaking region, obviously wherever you live, obviously. Yeah, that's all depends on your ping. Obviously you want higher, or not higher ping, but better ping, so wherever you live. And movement, so toggle sprint, you know, it's 2023, you should have auto run on, but if you don't like auto run, obviously you have to keep it on. But if you have auto run on, you don't need this at all, turn it off. Auto open doors, personal preference. I like my auto open doors on because I don't want to hit, you know, the button to open the door every single time. It could just open by itself. Yeah, personal preference. Main tool activation, so there's hold forward and hold jump. I like hold jump, but it's personal preference, whatever y'all want to do. There's no better or worse one, whatever y'all want to do. Hold to swap, so if you it's basically just if you're picking stuff up and your inventory is full, you can either hold to switch out a weapon, or you can press it and it'll change it out. I just press it, but again, personal preference. Toggle targeting, doesn't really matter. This is just your ping, doesn't matter, like your ping on the map. Auto pickup weapons, so obviously auto pickup is if you run by a weapon, it'll auto pick it up automatically no matter what it is or what rarity. If you have it off, then you have to, you know, obviously hold or press the button to pick it up. I have it off, but whatever you want to do. And preferred item slots, this is really personal preference. So what you can do is, if you keep your shotgun in the same slot, or whatever, you keep your assault rifle in the same slot, or your heals, your SMG, you can make it where when you pick a weapon up, it automatically goes to that slot, no matter what. So I have mine shotgun first slot, SMG second slot, AR third slot, and heals fourth and fifth. Again, personal preference, whatever you want to do, and preferred item slots. That's however you play. Auto sort consoles, right? That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I'll keep that off. Disable pre-edit option. So pre-edits, personally, pre-edits mess me up. Whenever I pre-edit, sometimes I'll be free building or editing and they accidentally pre-edit. You don't want that. But if you do like to have pre-edits on, then keep it on, obviously, but I keep it off. Again, personal preference. Turbo building, you have to have it on. It's 2023, guys, come on. If you don't have turbo building on, what are you doing? Confirm edit on release, you want that on so your edits are faster. I would definitely keep that on, no doubt. That doesn't matter. This is all, none of this stuff really matters. Tap to search, it's either you hold it to search it or press it to search it. That's all that is. This doesn't matter, and this is just for replays when you go back into games and stuff. This doesn't matter. And yeah, that concludes everything. That's my graphics video, or my graphics settings, and this is my game settings. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Yeah, again, I just made a video, my most recent video. If y'all want my binds and everything else, you know, these settings right here, then go to my previous video. And yeah, that concludes the video. Like, comment, sub, and yeah, I hope y'all enjoy the settings, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.